What is up? Good morning, Facebook Live. I'm in a better mood today. This little baby got sick now. Mama dog is better. I don't have my lighting. I'm downstairs. Hold on. Here goes the baby. So they think that she has lymphoma because she's losing a bunch of weight. Look at this little skinny thing. I'm so upset. But she's like totally fine, which is weird. I don't get it. And this is the daughter of Mama Dog. So turn around, say hi. Turn around, say hi. Look at my little skinny baby. She's always been skinny. She was the runt, so she's always been skinny, but hi, my little baby. Now she has a kiss on her head. She has a kiss on her head. So good morning, everybody. What is up, Marie? What is up? Coffee talk. So I laughed this morning because I go, oh, I'm doing coffee talk I wake up because I have clients in the morning. And so I have coffee because I love coffee. Don't argue with me about coffee. Don't come at me with coffee. But then I went and I grabbed my Bia because we're going to work out later. It's just like a cool combination that I've been on for quite some time. So good morning and yeah. So if you say Bia, you're like, it sounds like you're saying beer, right? That's the joke. That's the Bia joke. Bia, can I have another Bia? Sound like I'm from New York. So I'm like, coffee? Is it coffee talk or is it Bia talk? So anyway, cheers, guys. Last night was freaking phenomenal. And again, I'm on total roller coaster. If you guys were with me the other day on Coffee Talk, I'm like, we're on such a roller coaster right now. And I'm not going to get into it. I mean, whatever. I will say, like, guys, we're changing. Our world is changing, whether we like it or not. And we're all responsible for each other. I'm going to throw my glasses on. But last night was the beginning of our 5-week challenge. I signed up a couple people the last minute and they jumped on. I'm super excited. A couple of people and friends that were like last minute going, hey, you know what? I want to jump in on this. It was a great group. There was about 25 people. It's a 5-week program. It's a 5-week total destination package of mindset reset. Everybody got to introduce themselves last night. It was super fun. Common denominator is like a lot of people that I've known for a long, long time, whether they were at an old gym or because of fitness conferences or things like that. But again, I've been around in this industry for quite some time. I want to say like top of my game, but yeah, pretty much top of my game. Set the pace for many, many, many years for a lot of people. Cheers, guys. So excited getting my hair done tomorrow with a mask. And again, there's a lot of craziness going on. So Coffee Talk the other day was roller coaster, or yesterday. 24 hours for me seems like a month. But roller coaster up and down. And with our bodies, we kind of go through the same thing. And this is how I feel about that. There are times in the year where I don't like certain foods. My body will kind of push back, and I'm like more of like, if it's like a winter season, I'm not really into like say cold foods, if that makes sense. My northern people really understand this. When it's snowing outside, it's like, I don't really like jump on ice cream. That's kind of the mindset. When it's really hot outside, I'm not like, oh, soup sounds like a great idea. I'm like, I just want cool things. I want like, ice cold, juicy watermelon, like that kind of mentality. So that's kind of where I want to go with this. So you guys understand that our bodies really are like I would say like refrigerators or an air conditioning. Our bodies will crave what it needs. Have you ever had a craving for salad? Like I've had like full on spinach attacks. Like, I'm just like, I need like a bag of spinach in my body. That's not me, that's my body. Someone says, oh, let's go out to eat, or what do you want to eat? And you think, and you're like, most people think restaurant. They're like, I want to go to that restaurant. Well, they like the food, they like the atmosphere, they like the quality, they like the whatever, the ambiance, or the food might not even be that good, but they really like the place. So people eat for different reasons also. So there's psychological, there's emotional, there's temperature, there's locale, there's scenery, there's a lot of things in eating. I have never really been like the social eater person. I'm not really I have this thing about, maybe because I was poor growing up and I really value things a lot differently, but when I overpay for food that I know is super cheap, it kind of drives me crazy. Like, really? So I know that I'm not paying for the food, I'm paying for, you know, the chairs and the table and the building. And then I'm like, oh, why am I going out to dinner to pay for this space when I really don't want to be out? And the person that I'm with, I'd rather be home with or by myself. So there's so many factors in eating and so many different mindsets to eating. What is up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm going to keep Coffee Talk. I'm not going to call it Be a Talk, because that doesn't even make sense. Because it's 9 o'clock and I think you guys are having coffee. Because I'm up early and nobody's up. Like, I send text messages to people and emails and no one ever responds. Well, maybe one or two people, but not important. So, today's coffee talk topic. You say it. Go ahead. Say it. Coffee talk topic. Coffee talk topic. And this is something that I do all the time, and it's interesting that I eat the way I eat, and I'm a personal trainer and a coach and a mentor, and I do a lot of, a lot of coaching, a lot of mental coaching, a lot of physical coaching, and then I forget about, just because I do something easy. It's like when I talk to my different sectors of people that'll go, okay, they're, an attorney or this or that. And, they're or somebody that's like in the science tech field and they're like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, that just came out of your mouth like so easy. And I have no idea what you're talking about. It sounds Japanese. The person in their mind, they're like, well, this is what I do. It's easy for me. It's my passion. Like, I get it. Like, oh yeah. The reason people have a hard time with food is because they really don't know. They haven't put as much passion into finding out about food like I have. And I make it easy. And that's what Coffee Talk today was about. I did a meal prep last night after my Zoom meeting with my new little amazing unicorns. And what I did was I ran downstairs, and I'll show you guys. I can show you in the kitchen. Let's take a walk. You guys want to take a walk? This is the first time you take a walk. All right, so in my kitchen, and again, this is kind of like a temporary setup for me, but let's work with this. So let's go with, and even if you're just listening on here, because Cheryl, I think you just told me, or who's walking? Somebody's walking. Yeah, Cheryl's walking. And even if you're walking now. So toaster oven, just a basic toaster oven. And what I'm going to show you guys, and I just started munching on it a little bit ago, is a little tin. So I got these, and I actually got them in a pack. I think they were like, I don't know, like $2 or $5 or something, but they're little baby muffin trays, itty bitty muffin trays. Now, I also use muffin trays, but because I'm basically single, don't feel sorry for me. Let's just wrap our heads around that I'm single. I'm kidding. So baby muffin trays, or just this basic small little, almost like a little bread tin. So I cracked open the eggs. I got like 3 eggs in here, and then I put the cheese on top. I know, don't hate me, but I used dairy today because that's all I had. I haven't been shopping. And then I put a little bit of squeeze of honey on top, just a little light on the top. I threw it in the oven. I trained a client, and this was ready in like, I didn't think like 10 minutes or so. 350, baked it up and ready to go, and just freaking amazing. And then I really go, and then I made a decision. I'm like, oh, coffee talk, food. People love food. Jen's on here. She's one of my dear friends, and she's a chef, and we talk about different food things because I'm not a chef. And no one ever taught me how to cook. I just really kind of figured things out for myself. And I'm actually more of a, I like certain things and I like my food clean. That's why I like prepping my foods. Another thing that I love almonds. So I'll show you guys. I'm not joking when I tell you guys these things. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. So just like on my counter, I have a roasted almond. I have a dill pickle almond. No judging. And just raw almonds. And this raw almond bag, this is what, and I'm not promoting anyone, it's a whole food product, but I get bags of these, and I basically will reach in and put them into my pant pocket, so that I always have something to kind of chew on, which just takes away the anxiety of, oh, I'm hungry. And then I introduced these to you guys the other day, and I'll show them. Let me get back to my desk over here real quick. So I love these, and when I found them, I'm like, oh my God, I love you. So this one is a yellowfin tuna, and it's only 150 calories. I'm gonna throw my glasses on. And so it's extra virgin olive oil, which is what EVOO stands for, extra virgin olive oil. We love the olive oil. Amazing, amazing. And this one is a sun-dried tomato. Now, this one, as opposed to, I have another one that they make, that you tear the top off, and on the top, they'll have a spoon. It's already added in there. And these are so good. At 150 calories, you're looking at, and also when you go on these products, like the way I do, I check the back and I make sure that they are, listen, I'm trying to be as eco-friendly as possible and as, animal minded. So no nets, making sure the company's like quality. All right, so this is Sunkist, so that's 150. This one is, all right, ready? I don't even know if I bought this. You know when I bought these, guys? I bought these right pre-coronavirus because my sister was like, you better go buy food. You better go buy dog food. You better stock up. And she was so right. She like got ahead of the curve, and like I kind of follow my sister's lead, like as much as I don't want to, because I think she's a little crazy sometimes, but she was really super right on. She's like, go get everything now. So I must have gotten like, I just reached into the shelf and pulled these all off because no one was touching any of this stuff. But this one is a Sunkist. It's a hot buffalo style. 15 grams of protein, wild caught, 70 calories. Boom. And this one is a lemon pepper. I got a sweet and spicy, and this is also another lemon pepper. Again, 16 grams of protein. On this one is 14 grams of protein. So these little snack things are what I consider like my hacks for the foods that I eat. The almonds that I have, or an almond butter. Something that I can reach in also and grab are apples. I love Gala apples, and like one small apple, I chop it up and I put a little bit of almond butter or peanut butter. I have fresh peanut butter in there that I'll add to it. So it's like a bite and a bite, and really amazing, just a good combination of being able to get something like crunchy and chewy, but I don't want to sit down to a meal. I also am not like I'm not like this let's go out to dinner person. Again, I'm just that type of person. Listen, you guys want to invite me to dinner, I will go. But I don't love like the overspending in restaurants and, you know, but again, I'm also a social person and I love being able to like, you know, go out with my friends and hang out and blah, blah, blah. And, but again, like the overpaying for food just drives me crazy. I don't know. Restaurant people, I don't know how you guys do it. Like, I don't see it. I just don't get it. But back to how I eat and what I think are good hacks for you guys. Some of the things that I also eat, I love avocados. There's a whole good fat, bad fat. And the concept is saying that the more fat I get in my consumption, in my food along the day, my total grams of fat, because that fat is a sustained energy, meaning I'm going to utilize that for a longer period of time as an energy source than I am like a sugar source or something that has like low caloric value to it. So a lot of times when I'm eating, I'm like, let me half that avocado, you know, olive oil on top, a little balsamic. I love salt. You guys have sent me salt. I don't know why, I just love salt. A little Himalayan natural sea salt on top. Amazing. Amazing. And taste is amazing. I will eat half. I'll go about my day, do what I need to do. I work from home a lot, so you know that half will just coast me through. Maybe reach into my pocket a couple of almonds because I want to choose something, and go about your day and get on with life. And we spend a lot of time. I think in these one meal meals sometimes. Are great because I love to do intermittent fasting. So I'll have like these snacks where they're almost closer to where I'm eating than separated, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is if I wake up, I've got my clients, I've got my workout load is in early. I want to get my workout on. A lot of you will, it's something called ghrelin in the body. Ghrelin, it sounds like gremlin and it sounds like growling, but gremlin in the body is a signal. And the signal is, you know, gut to brain. The reason that we are evolved as humans is because we have these signals. And these signals have taught us to eat food, get nourishment to our brains. And in order to do that, these signals come up and we go after food. But what we've done is we've screwed up the amazing signal with bad food choices. And since science understood that, they're like, okay, great, we'll develop this cereal product. And I've always said in my lectures, the cereal that you guys eat is no better than the box that it came in. Yeah, think about that for a second. Like, you're really eating fiber. And where does the fiber come from? It's processed, right? Bag, box, can, or a jar, bag or a box or a can or a jar, you're probably not really getting quality food. Comes in a bag or a box or a can or a jar, you're probably not getting quality food. If it comes in a bag or a box or a can or a jar, you're probably getting something that's manufactured in some way that, one, gives it longevity, and food is not supposed to last. We eat food like, hey, I'm going to put this up on my shelf and we'll get it when I'm hungry. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, bread for most people can last a week. Real bread has to be refrigerated, like Ezekiel bread. It has to be refrigerated. And it's live. Your food should be live. I think I talked the other day about being in my mom's house and she had these apples. And I didn't think that they were real at first. And they were like in a little tray. And the apple was like a big red apple. And again, it has all the wax on it and everything. You can see it from shining from a distance. And so I picked up the apple. And I'm like, Mom, how long has this been here? Forgetting that she has no idea how long anything has been here. She's like, oh, I don't know, I just got those. I'm like, really? So I was in that house for almost 2.5 months, and that apple was exactly the same from the day one to the day I left. And I finally threw it away. I'm like, no one should be allowed to eat this. Like, this is not normal. But we have gotten ourselves into, oh, it's cheaper, so I'm going to get these, or this is cheaper. There are some things you cannot be cheap on. And here's the saying. The saying goes like, if I spend a little bit more money on quality, I don't need as much. Yeah. If I spend a little more money, oh, but it's so expensive. Is it really? Is it really dollar for dollar that much more expensive? Or are you getting quality food into your body that does more for your body than chasing food down? So on the food hacks, I want you guys to think about what will satiate my body. What are the food hacks that will satiate my body and give me the nutrients that I need? And unfortunately, we've been left to kind of figure things out on our own, and the information is out there, but we get lazy, we get food lazy, and we get choice lazy. And I know, because I do it myself, if I'm not eating right and I go shopping, I will invariably always grab something sweet, or I'll I can eat that because I train like a beast. And technically I can. Technically I can go out and I can eat stuff and get away with it, but I'm not really getting away with it. Like, mentally, I'm not getting away with it. Mentally, I'm playing that game that you guys play. I play the same game. I'm just like you. And because I'm just like you, I try to figure out why. Why am I doing that? Like, I really need to get these food hacks down. So I strive to go after the nutrient-dense foods, like my nuts and my avocados and my coconuts and the things that I know that my body is going to be able to sustain. And I can go on a beautiful, especially like an amazing, like a Florida avocado. If you guys like, we have avocado. I live in Miami. I'm like here with an avocado, I'm looking at an avocado tree. I'm looking at a mango tree that's ready to like rock and roll, right? If you guys are down here in Miami or South Florida, we have these trees everywhere. That doesn't get more organic, by the way. It just doesn't. Oh, it's got to be in the soil and the thing. I'm like, that tree outside my house, that's as real as it gets right there. And especially those mangoes. Now, hear me out. You guys are writing to me, and I want to make sure I answer. Only foods that reach the lower intestine stimulated. Yeah. I just read about that. GLP-1 is the hormone that leads to feelings of fullness. Yeah. So, thanks, Jen. I call you Jen. Carol, what is up? Welcome. Sweet and spicy, amazing. Yeah. It's funny, all the healthy stuff was left on the shelves, and my roommate and I were like, perfect. Yeah. So, I'm just kind of bouncing back on questions that you guys are shooting back to me. So, when I look at sugar in foods, I will kind of have like an overall, and people ask me all the time, what do you think about this? That's kind of like, in regards to these are foods that I like. What do you think about it? What do you think about, rice, pasta, breads, blah, 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 blah. I'll go, yeah, well, if it tends to be from like the white food family, from the white bleached flour, white bleached salt, packaged processed food family, especially rice. They say that rice is an irritant in the body. And I will talk a little bit about, I had an argument. People love to like punch food in the face, and we talk about leaky gut, or we talk about irritants in the lining of the body, in the stomach, and we say, you know what? The stomach is the information highway. The stomach is the information highway. Carolyn says, what do you think about lectins? Here's the thing. We've got a lot of science that's kind of emerging, and it was pushed down for so long. I think that there are there are things that we eat. I think I had this conversation a little bit yesterday. When we think about like rice or grains or wheat, things that we put in our body that were never supposed to be eaten, I think that the body will react if we really listen. And listening doesn't mean with your ears so much or your eyes, but the sensitivity, your body and how you feel. That's why on my programs, I try to get people to log and journal your food. Because when you log and journal, there's not only a reference of what time you ate, what was in everything you eat, but there's also a physical component to the things that we eat. And saying, when I eat certain foods, like for example, I cannot, and I love grapes, but I cannot eat grapes. I don't know if it's the skin, I don't know if it's the inside, but honestly, grapes just destroy me. Bread destroys me. If I eat bread or a pizza, like a commercial grade bread or a pizza, anything with like flour in it, destroys me. It gives me wheat belly or you know, that pregnant feeling, like bloating. And it doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy what I ate. I didn't not just enjoy it, but I ate it and I was kind of fine. But then seriously, like 5 minutes later, my gut is sitting out here and I'm not paying attention. No, I do, because this is what I do. This is what I love to do. And I try to tell people all the time, I'm like, stop eating bread. Like, just stop eating bread. You're gonna feel amazing. But I love bread. And then I have to deal with the 2-year-old that sits on your shoulder to justify eating the bread. And I don't mind dealing with the 2-year-old, but we gotta work together. Because it's not about, hey, I'm taking something away from you. What I'm doing is saying, that's not food. And you're treating it like food. Those cookies are not food, and you're treating it like food. Or you're treating it like nutrients or nourishment, and it's not. So the hacks are also getting nutrients into your body. And the nutrients for me work on different levels. Am I gonna get a protein, a carbohydrate, and a fat? And when we think of carbohydrates, they go in 2 different ways. You've got your starchy carbs, and then you have your fibrous carbs. And basically when you think of those, you think of potatoes, that kind of thing. That's your starchy carb, big heavy sugar. And then you're also looking at a fibrous carb. And last night I also did another food hack, and I made broccoli. I did little florets of broccoli, and I'll eat those broccoli, and I normally have like a vegan cheese, and I'll put it on top and I'll bake it so that I have those florets, and I put like garlic salt, like I make them yummy. And you can also roll that in egg and make your own like breading, but it doesn't have to be from a bread source. It could actually just be inside of that, egg and a little vegan cheese. Put them in the toaster oven, and boom, I've got these little florets that I pop. That fiber is like boof. Now that's a whole nother, my gut gets bloated. Yeah, because fiber does that. But again, I'm eating things that are gonna fill me up, and I'm gonna sustain myself for a longer period of time. And I'm not gonna get that once my insulin starts to bounce around also. That's where we make mistakes. That's a big hack for you guys. A huge hack is regulating insulin. And if you're insulin sensitive, which a lot of us are, I throw myself in there too. When I start chasing sugar, I know that my insulin's bouncing around. I'm not eating in my intermittent window, and I'm making bad choices. When I tend to eat things that are just too carb loaded, I'm way off. I'm gonna throw myself way off. Laura, they have wraps made of egg. Yeah, 100%. So, and that's a good point, Laura, on the eggs. So You can make, like for example, whether you're a meat eater or not, I'm not a vegan. I tend to push as much vegetarian as possible. Wherever I can, I'm always going to go with a fibrous carbohydrate as much as I can. I eat a lot of eggs. I eat a lot of fish. And what I'll do sometimes also, I'll get turkey and I will do a turkey wrap. The wrap will be maybe like a romaine lettuce, or I'll take the turkey slice and I put spinach and I'll roll it up. Boom. Or one of my favorites is, I love watercress. I love arugula. Arugula's got that spice in it. So I'll also do a turkey roll up with the arugula inside. Again, a little vegan cheese, amazing. I'll take an egg, crack it open it on the pan, spread it out, cook it up. I'll take that turkey, put it right, a little slice on top. Again, roll it up, good to go. And that's also a really cool, easy food hack. If you take your container and you do like 5 or 6 of those roll-ups and you have them there, you're good to go. You're good to go. I'm saying never, but I'm not the bread person, so I'm always looking for that wrap. So my wraps, like Taco Tuesday, use romaine lettuce, or use fennel, or use what's the other one? Brain cramp. What's the not romaine? I'll think of it in a minute. But or any kind of like a cabbage, like a red cabbage. I love a red cabbage. Here's what I'll do with or also Laura, butter cabbage. Thanks for that. I love that. Endives. Yes. You were reading my mind. You're reading my mind. So the endive is also a really great hack for like a salsa dip, or any other kind of thing that you need to scoop with. The butter lettuce also, but the red cabbage, I use like sandwich bread because it's hearty and I can load it up. Like maybe I'll do a ground beef inside of that and I eat it inside of that wrap. So whatever you're using for a sandwich, you can use for a vegetable. Now, I hope I'm not telling you something that you don't already know. I'm only hoping that you guys are kind of inspired that when you do grocery shop, and I think I'll do, now that I'm back in Miami, we'll go to Whole Foods. We might do I gotta get it approved because they get weird when you film in the store. Get an approval from Publix and do a little grocery run so that you guys can see like the food choices. Another really cool hack that I do is squash or zucchini. I make chips. Or I'll just make like little cookies. So they're just a zucchini or a squash chip or cookie. And if I make it a little bit thicker, I put it on a baking pan or just in a toaster oven. I'm by myself. I make, maybe 10. A little garlic, salt, cook it up. A little cheese on top or a little vegan cheese. And boom, I'm done. Simple. Or again, meal prep and setting that up, put it in your container, go about your day. So many things that you guys can do. Again, the egg hack is also really powerful for my moms. And the way that I do that is the egg muffin tin, and I'll crack an egg, and it depends like on my feel. Like if I'm a little bit more breakfasty or lunchy, then I might like a vegan sausage. I'll cut up the vegan sausage, and I get the eggs set up in the little muffin tin. So like one egg, and then I'll put like 3 or 4 little pieces of sausage, and I might even put like a little bit of jelly. If you guys are from Miami, they make a sandwich called an Elena Rus, which is turkey, and it's like a medianoche with turkey and jelly inside. So I take the egg with a little bit of the little sausage bites and a little bit of jelly or a little dash of honey, and I cook those up. Boom, magic. And kids love them because they think that it's a muffin, but it's not. It's pure protein, and pure protein in the body, then you get that little bit of sweet, so it kind of solves the I want something sweet thing, but you're getting a dump of protein in the body. And eggs, in my book, perfect food. Got people that'll come back to me and they go, but Lisa, aren't you worried about salmonella? Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you. At my age and the amount of eggs that I've eaten in my life, I have never had salmonella. Ever. Not once. Ever. And I technically don't know one person in my life that has ever had salmonella from eggs. So with that said, here's the science of salmonella. It really doesn't exist. It's just not there because our eggs and our processing plants are really well equipped for that. If salmonella was so prominent, we'd see it all the time, and we just don't. So a lot of people are like really on this, don't eat eggs. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I've never gotten salmonella in my life. And you look at eggs, if you're like me, I watched my mom do it, you open the container and you check them to see if they're cracked. And then you don't buy them because they're cracked. It's just the way it is, right? Yeah, Laura says, babies and old people, yeah. Well, babies and old people are really like, if we think about it in the way that I think about it, the way I teach, babies and old people are the same. They're really kind of the same. It's just a big circle. And what happens with babies and old people is that their bodies are super like raw. Like everything is like raw. Where they don't have the protective layer that we have. Like we've built up over time, like I can eat anything, right? You know, these guys who like just eat anything. Their guts are like, yeah. And what those same people will do over time is that they'll eat bad food and bad food and bad food and bad food and get to the point where their gallbladder just shuts off and goes, no, sorry, you're done. For me, if I eat bad food, my gut just blah. I can't eat like an excessive amount like oils or cakes or cookies or ice creams or things like that. My body just shuts down. I'm like, nope, I just don't eat it anymore because it's not worth it. I just don't like eating food that makes me feel like crap. And what has happened over time is you guys have been eating crap for so long. Not you personally, just in general. Just stay with me. It's coffee talk. I'm just jabbering here about good food, bad food, good choice, bad choice. And the bad choice, you just kind of, you check out. But if you gave your baby that same food or grandma that same food, they're both going to be like, bleh. They're just going to puke it up. And I always say, like, would you let your baby eat that same food? But we've gotten to the point where we're like, we've been eating it so long and we've just totally ignored. Have you ever been driving your car and you're out of gas? You just know you're out of gas. And now cars have all the bells and whistles that tell you, look, idiot, you got 5 miles left, period. That's it. But cars back in the day, that signal would be like sitting here and you're like, I know I can make it. Bruh, bruh, bruh. Right? You're like, Mom, come get me. Actually, you pulled over and you put either, depending on how old you are, a quarter or a dime in the phone outside, the phone booth. And it's a phone booth, right? Did you ever make reverse calls for reverse charges? Show me how old you are and tell me that you made reverse charges to your parents because you didn't even have a quarter. Showing my age. I love being this old. I love being in this world at this age. I love having the knowledge that I have accumulated, and I love being able to give it back to you guys because I just want you to eat better. And I want you to feel better. And I want you to be a super ager. If we look at the super agers in the world, and we've had enough time. We've had enough time, guys. We've had enough time to understand what a super ager eats and the lifestyles that they've lived. Yeah, collect call. God. Okay, guys, if you really want to go down memory lane for a second, because I'm going to go back to food hacks. I got about 10 minutes here. Not only beepers, but like I used to have a 1966 Lincoln Continental, black on black with suicide doors. And the woman that I bought it from she had an original phone in her car. Yeah, 1966, black on black. Google that. Lincoln Continental with suicide doors. That was my car. If that tells you anything about me. And it was a bag phone. And then I went to go sell real estate years and years and years ago. And my boss at the time had what we called or referred to, ready? Okay, so this is going to be, all right, let's see who gets this. I know, Cheryl, you're going to be all over this. Laura for sure is going to get this. What did we call the first phones? Not in the bag, but what did we call the first phones? Remember when you would show up at people's house unannounced and ring the doorbell and it was normal? Okay, Laura, I got one for you. Brick. I knew you'd know. Yeah, I had a brick. So I grew up in the Keys. I grew up in, my grandparents had a house in Isla Morada. And you ready? We never locked the door. We never locked the car door. You just got in the car and out of the car. We didn't lock the door to the house, only at night, but we left the garage door open. Like you just walked in the house and out of the house. We walked in and out of neighbors' houses. We didn't knock on the door. We went to our friend's house. We just opened the door. We just went inside. Like you just went in their house. Yeah, no seatbelts, 100%. No seatbelts, no helmets, no TSA. To me, they're the worst, but whatever. It's a whole nother topic. Let's do old school tomorrow. We should do like Freaky Friday. Never locked the door, left the car keys in the car. Correct. Yeah, we played outside. If you guys want to go with this, I'll roll. I'll roll with it. I swear I'll roll. 9:44. We're doing legs today. We're doing hard legs, and I'm doing them indoors because outdoor is a mess today. It's raining, and I'm back in my house, and I miss my mom's garage. Yeah. Old school hip hop, girl. Y'all remember Daz Band? So my mom, my mom was Kool-Aid mom. Totally Kool-Aid mom. Remember Kool-Aid mom? That was my mom. You guys met my mom. And my dad was like, oh, you guys want to play basketball? Okay. So he built a basketball court in our yard. So my parents were smart because they were like, oh, I'm going to be Kool-Aid mom. And my dad was like, oh, they want to play basketball? Oh, so y'all are going to go play basketball in our yard. So guess where we ended up? Everybody was in our yard. Parents were smart. They're like, yeah, you're not going to be running around outside. Because if you're going to run around outside, you're going to be in our yard. And everybody was in our house. So the phone would ring and be like, yep, your kid's here. Yep, your kid's here. Send him home. Okay. That's how it was, right? Yeah, street lights would come on. Like we knew 6 o'clock was like dinner. Dinner. Some people say supper, but we say dinner. Anyway, I digress. I walked to school. I walked to school. And as I've been talking to you guys, I walked to school and I was one of only 5 white children in my school growing up until I went to high school. Like going to school with black and brown, and we never talked. It was just black. Yeah, he's black. Whatever, or you're white. And then there was like Spanish. Boom. We never said Hispanic. We were like Spanish guy. And Spanish in our culture here in Miami was probably Cuban, because we grew up with, that influx of Cubans. So that's who I went to school with. And now we have and nothing's really changed, guys. We talked yesterday about, people are like, oh, this guy. I go, really? Did you all forget McDuffie? Because that was real. That was like crazy. And it wasn't just a knee to the neck. It was videotaped. They beat that guy to death. Why aren't we talking about that? I don't hear that. I don't hear McDuffie. I'm like, yo, nothing's changed. But I don't want to get into this heavy politic kind of thing. I want to talk about food. And culturally, food, I think, plays a role for a lot of you guys. I'm Cuban, so we eat that. What? I'm Italian, so I eat that. Or I'm a Philly. What's up, Philly's in the house? I know Philly's in the house. Sorry. So I eat that because it's cultural, but it doesn't mean that it's what your body should eat. Now, again, there's also climate. Indigenous tribes that eat a certain way, and one in particular that you guys will totally understand is if you're from Alaska. Like, they will eat blubber, fat, and their bodies are super healthy. Because people will come back to me and go, but isn't all that fat bad for you? Is it high in cholesterol? I want you guys to understand when you do talk to me. What's up, Catherine? When you guys talk to me, I love you, but sometimes you sound silly. It's like me going to a doctor and saying, are you sure you want to use that scalpula to cut with? Or whatever kind of term we throw back at our doctors, or try to tell an attorney how to do what attorneys do. I don't know. You do you, and be really good at what you do. Just tell me what I need to do. Lisa, just be really good at what you do and tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what not to do. And what not to do is stop eating crap. Fill yourself up with nutrients. Spirulina might help with your allergies. I don't know. It's like I hate taking pills and I hate putting stuff up my nose. I know I have polyps, but then the allergies. Anyway, somebody out there is going to step up and cure it. You're going to go do that. And that's exactly what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to understand eating better quality foods. Hey, just try it. Just try it. That's what this 5-week challenge is all about. And if you guys aren't on the 5-week challenge, I love you, but we closed the door. And I will do a second group in about another week or so. We'll start another group. This group, guys, everybody's putting their guns in the ground. No more junk. We have one person who I adore. He's going to stop smoking. He gained a bunch of weight. I think we all gain weight. I even gained weight. And one of the reasons I gained weight is I stopped all my hacks. I stopped all the little tools, all the little tricks that I use for, eating. How do I stay away from eating junk? I put almonds in my pocket. I use avocado, the eggs, my peanut butter, almond butter, things like that. Marie, self-regulation and self-accountability, no more damage control. I'm ready to change. Yay. And that's why you're in the group, boo. Because you made a smart decision. And let me tell you something. You guys, $99 for a 5-week challenge? That's so cheap. Oh, but I don't have money. What? Yeah, but you'll find a way to spend money on stupid stuff, right? He can call me. I quit smoking 2 years ago. Yeah, Laura. Mikey's a special. You guys in this 5-week group, it's special people, man. And smart. And everybody that's in it is like so yummy. Best 99 I ever spent. Girl, get ready. There's more to come. There's more to come. Anyway, let's go through hacks again one more time. I wanna hit you guys with a little bit. It's too late to get in. Is it too late to get in? No. Catherine, you want to get in? I got you. Catherine, do me a favor. Drop me a 99 real quick. I'll send you a link. We have a meetup tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. If you guys, you really want to get in, I swear this is it. I keep trying to close the door and you guys keep kicking open the door again. 99, drop it below, and I'll give you a link. I'll set you guys up for our second Zoom call, which is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And then there's a lot more stuff that's coming in down the road. So 99, yes, I got my money. All right, girl. Yeah, let's kick it. And anybody else, guys, again, I wasn't going to do this. I'm a firm believer in when I close the door, I close the door. And I like to work with this group and move it along. And then, but I get it. I totally get it. So if you've got people that are totally cool, I don't want any idiots in my group ever. It's like I've always said, I want to become, I want to financially make a lot of money, but I only want to work with people that I adore. And I only want to do things that are fun for me. And this part of my life has been I've had more fun, unfortunately, even with all of this craziness going on. It's probably been the best 2 months of my life. And being able to give back to you guys, I do this for free, I do the workouts for free, but you guys have given back to me so much more than I could have ever gotten in my entire 40-year career. People tell me all the time, like, you've had people that lose weight. I'm like, I've had people lose hundreds of pounds, run marathons, stop using insulin, guy using 6 shots a day, down to 0, never told his physician what he was doing, got this guy off of his insulin, and the doctor freaked. The doctor freaked, like, who does she think she is, kind of thing about me. And then my client was like, who do you think you are? You couldn't get me off of insulin. You put me on insulin, and you had no intention of ever getting me off of insulin. Screw you. I'm going with this girl, me. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a scientist. But I'm obsessed. And the moment that I found Google University, because the information is there, guys. I'm not telling you something that's like secret. I mean, I don't want my doctor to be from Google U, although some doctors I know totally act like, I'm mad. I was married to medicine, y'all, for a long time. So I grew up in it. I was surrounded by it. And good doctors, good doctors. They were like, look, you're overweight and out of shape. You need to eat less, move more, period. Now, go. Oh, but should I have this, that, this, that, this, that? No, you're overweight and out of shape. Go lose weight. Get your fat ass up. I'm telling you, I'm not even joking. These are the real physicians that I surrounded myself that are still out there, that are friends of mine, that will tell you right to your face. Cancer doctors. I mean, full on specialists that are good friends of mine. Surgeons that will tell you to your face, you're overweight, out of shape, get out of my office. Go hire this girl, Lisa Gaylord, because she's a total badass. She'll get in your face, tell you what to do, and do it. It's not hard, people. It's just not. But we're lazy. And we've loaded ourselves with a lot of excuses not to eat right. Today's topic, food. What to eat to lose weight. I just told you. I just gave you like 5 easy recommendations. Salmon, way high. And we'll get into it more tomorrow. I want to finish up with wrap it up because I totally get fired up at the end. I don't know why you guys fire me up. But it's not like you guys are saying anything to me. I just get fired up. I want to see you guys be so freaking healthy. We become super agers. Longevity. It's not about the first 40 years. If you get to 40, it's about the second 40. Did you do all the damage you could do up to 40 and then woke up and said, I'm overweight, out of shape, lazy, tired, sick, on meds, don't know what to eat, hate working out, I hate my body, oh my God. And then boop, 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 all the lights and bells came on and you got a hold of me. I'm sorry if I am the punch in your face that you deserve. So come with me on this journey, you guys. If you have not gotten in on the $99 5-week special, do it right now. Drop me a $99. I swear it's going to be like the most fun ever. I got about 25 of your best buddies are on here. And once this group graduates, we are going to another mission. I want another 25, another 50, another 100, another 500 people on this program. Get you guys out of this mindset of, oh, I'm overweight and I'm out of shape and you don't know what I've been through, and stop the pity party. Stop being a victim. Grow up, take responsibility. Step out of your own way. I love you guys. We got a workout to do. So, Facebook, are you with me? Because I am going to shut down and restart. I want you guys to get your mats, get your bands, get your heaviest weights that you have. You got 10s, 15s, 20s, 30s, kettlebells. Get everything. Yeah. Let's be blessed together. Yes. Yes. I'm your girl. I'm your go-to. I'm never going to lie to you. I'm going to give you everything that I've got. With that said, let's shut it down. We're going to restart here in about 3 minutes. Go ahead and get your mats, your bands, your bells, your whistles. I love you. I'll see you guys in 2 minutes.